Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be checking out a video titled "This is extremely difficult for me in the USA since leaving Germany." This is coming from Haley Alexis, and as you guys know, she's an American living in Germany, probably no longer living in Germany. I think she's back in Florida, the hot state. But yeah, let's see what difficulties she's facing, because it should be really interesting to figure that out. But without further ado, guys, let's get right into this video. Thank you for watching, and shout out to Haley, and link for her video will be in the description, so check it out if you haven't watched it. But either ways, guys, let's get right into this video.
Hi everyone, what is up? My name is Haley. Welcome to my YouTube channel if you did not know. Now,
You get some freckles? I ain't seen her with no freckles before. Why haven't we got freckles, man? What's going on, gangster?
you can subscribe. Don't forget I'm going to keep this intro short, simple, and sweet. I'm going to be talking about what I'm currently struggling with since being back in the United States. And so with that being said, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And if you want to have a discussion down below in the comment section, you are more than welcome to. So with that being said, I think what prompted me to make this video was when I went to go buy a block of cheese recently.
A block
of cheese is technically irrelevant for the purpose of this video, but I'm including it for shits and giggles. So I grab my block of cheese and I go to the self-checkout aisle, and I see something in the corner of my eye that looked familiar, and it was this little Red Bull can, you guys. I love these in Germany. There are a lot more flavors in Germany, and we're slowly getting, I feel, more supply here in the United States. But I saw this.
I've never seen that in my life. What the hell is that? That is not a Red Bull. That is a Blue Bull. What is that? That is... Hey, I'm not gonna hold you though. Like, with the whole life in Europe and comparing it to other parts of this world, you really get to see how different things are, because I've not had mac and cheese my entire time since being here in Finland, which is quite ironic. And I actually, found some mac and cheese recently, in a store that actually has a lot of American products in there, which was weird. It was cool because mac and cheese, I just don't see it here, right? But yeah, this Red Bull is just different.
I was like, oh, I love this. So in Germany, I pay around, I would say $1 currency converted to around $1.50 for one of these cans. This Red Bull can, this 250, 300 milliliter Red Bull can costs almost the same amount of money as a block of freaking smoked aged cheddar cheese. And I think this is going to be the point that I talk about first.
$4?
Florida, more specific, South Florida.
$4 is a lot of money for just that. Like, you can probably get like, I don't know, you could probably get 2 Celsius with that. I don't know. I haven't bought a Celsius in the United States. The first time I tried Celsius was like literally a day ago. Not a day ago, but like a week ago. A few weeks ago. And I don't know, like, I don't know, $4 is that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money for a Red Bull. I don't know, that's a lot of money for a Red Bull. Like, it may not seem like a lot because it's $4, but I think $4 for that size, 250, like she said, I think that's actually a lot of money. Like, that can get you a Doritos and a nice drink. Like that, you go to DG, Dollar General, you can get you a nice pack of Doritos. I'm talking about the big ass bag of Doritos, probably like $3, $2.50 if you're lucky, and you get a freaking big ass bottle of drink, soda, whatever.
More specific, Southwest Florida is extremely expensive when it comes to food in general.
Oh.
Going grocery shopping has been a shock for me. I have not spent less than like 70, 80 bucks since being back, and it is so crazy to me because I'm not buying excessive amounts of food. I'm not buying excessive or luxurious items. I'm not doing any of those things. I mean, maybe luxurious to the average American purchaser, but to the average European, I feel like, German more specifically, I'm just buying normal foods, and I can just feel it sucking my wallet and my bank account dry. And I just go through and I do the math. I seriously will have like a little spreadsheet and I will put in, the ounces or something, or the milliliters of something, how much something cost, and then the, how do you say, measurement or weight of it. And then I will equate that to how much it would be for one particular meal. And then I'm able to calculate how much a meal would cost me
Golly.
based on, separating all of those things into
I get that.
single
Damn.
meals.
Woo.
It's never under.
Believe me, that's not actually easy. It sounds easy what she's talking about, but it's actually pretty complicated.
Like $5. It's never under $4. And I'm like, that's expensive. I mean, there are ways that I can cut back, and I have tremendously since being here, but even just trying to have a decent meal with decent ingredients that are decent quality, I am spending almost the same amount of money to cook at home than to go to McDonald's and have a whole meal for myself. And the crazy thing is, I can find coupons here for fast food restaurants and get buy one get one free meals, to where I would be spending less money going out to eat every day with fast food, or for fast food, buying fast food, than I would cooking myself a homemade meal. And
and that's not actually a huge surprise. Like, a lot of people may not actually know this, but I think in Europe, fast food is much more, what you'd say, of a hype in terms of price, rather than a home cooked meal. Like, when I'm in Europe, I can actually cook a home cooked meal for less than $5. I can promise you that. But if you go to Burger King or McDonald's or something of sort of like that, you actually cannot get a meal for $5. I can promise you that. Maybe I'm just not seeing a meal for $5, but my experience, no. But in the US, you can definitely get a meal. You can get a lot of stuff for way less than you can actually cook a home cooked meal, which is probably one of the reasons, again, why so many Americans use fast food rather than that. Because one, it's faster. Two, it's actually not that expensive to do it.
Should not be. That should not happen. That should not be the case. And that's the next point of the food topic, is that fast food is everywhere. And I get so tired of eating fast food. Don't get me wrong, y'all, because I love some Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets with some waffle fries and a lemonade or a Coke. Oh my Lord.
Yeah, we get the Coke.
I'm tired of seeing the golden arches. I'm tired of seeing the Colonel's face. I'm tired of...
Okay, Dairy Queen is nice. I think Dairy Queen is nice. We gonna go with the Taco Bell. Yes, that's one of my favorites. Burger King, yeah, for sure. Popeyes, oh yeah, Louisiana, shout to you. Yeah, I do love that. Dunkin' Donuts. No, my favorite donuts is not Dunkin' Donuts. It's actually what's the one? What's the freaking one, man? I think it's a guy's name. I think that, I don't remember what it is, but one of my favorite freaking pizzas, Papa John's. Yes.
Seeing the Louisiana Popeye sign. I'm tired of fast food, and it's all generally the same, in my opinion. And I know people are going to say, well, in my city we have all of this food, we have all of this stuff, and I'm just like, I'm talking about a general picture.
Okay.
Because I feel like where I live is a general picture of normal United States. It's not a metropolitan area. It's not a very rural area. It's somewhere in the middle of those places. And this is what the average American consumes and sees on a daily basis. And not to say that I'm the pillar of health, because I am not. I'm literally sitting here drinking my Red Bull. Probably gonna go eat something that's not 1000% healthy, and I'm lecturing people about how they should be eating. But in my head, I do know like generally what's okay and what's not okay. And so I just think that the fast food relationship here is so detrimental to the United States as a whole, and to anywhere in the world. But because I'm here and I feel we are the creators of this fast food movement, I'm just like, at some point there has to be like a tipping point of saying this is not okay. We need to make food more affordable. We need to promote better living here, healthier living here. And
Yeah.
it's just so shocking to see.
Yeah.
And I think this goes
And the saddest
into
part about that, it's not gonna work. Like the biggest issue with any form of change is if the people actually want it. Like the government agencies might talk about it and all that, but if the people don't want the change or don't care for the change, it ain't gonna ever happen. And I think in the US, it's just hard for you to just let go of fast food. Like I'm in Europe right now, and if I go to the US tomorrow and I'm in the United States right now tomorrow, I'm actually gonna go to fast food. Like I'm literally gonna get fast food because it's like it's more convenient. I'm just being honest from my perspective. But when you're in Europe, it's like you don't see all these fast food restaurants all over, and you know you buy your food, you cook your food. I don't know. It's just a different feeling.
my next point, which is people saying that they will cook food and they don't use actual ingredients. You guys are probably wondering what I'm talking about. I'll give you a scenario of something that happened to me recently. I was at a friend's house, and I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to talk shit about them. But it was
Yeah.
just interesting for me to see this because I'm like, this would not happen in Germany, no matter who I'm visiting or where I'm going. But the person asked me if I wanted some waffles, and I was like, oh yeah, sure. And I think here in the United States, they're called Belgian waffles, those big fluffy waffles that everybody knows and loves. And I
I
said,
don't.
yeah, of
I'm
course.
not a
And they
big
had a
fan of
waffle
them.
machine. And I'm thinking to myself, how I make waffles in Germany is that I take some flour, take some eggs, I take some milk, I take some sugar, I think I take some butter. I don't know, there's like
I ain't
6
got no waffle
ingredients,
mix.
7 ingredients that I throw in there. If I want to add some razzle dazzle, I'll put some vanilla extract, and I just whisk it all up, and then I put it in the waffle maker, turn the little waffle maker, and then after a few minutes you have a nice golden brown homemade waffle. And I'm thinking that my friend is going to do the same thing for me, but they grabbed, I think it was Hungry waffle mix or pancake mix, something.
That's literally what I said initially. I was like, they ain't got waffle mix. I just didn't say it out loud, but I was like, waffle mix? What you got? Waffle mix? Like, now she's gonna freaking bash me.
Like that, and they poured out the contents of this bag into a bowl. Then they added some sugar, whisked it up with I think some milk or water or oil or something,
Oil?
and then
Ew.
put it in the waffle maker.
And that's
And of
it.
course I ate it. I'm not going to say no if someone makes me food, but I'm just looking and I'm like, why would you not like just use flour, eggs?
So I'm part of the problem. Cause I was saying y'all ain't got no waffle mix. Like y'all ain't got no mix already. Like get the freaking hell, man. Oh, I'm part of the problem, bro.
Butter and sugar. Why would you have pre-packaged waffle mix? You probably already have the natural ingredients in your fridge already, and you have to add stuff to it anyways. So all of the stuff that you're adding to it, you could just be added to flour that you have sitting in your pantry already, and you could have made a real homemade waffle with ingredients that you know 100% where they're coming from. And so I got home that night and I went to Walmart and I looked for the ingredient list of these Hungry Jack pancake waffle mix boxes, and they weren't horrible, but I was like, it's unnecessary. Like there's unnecessarily added ingredients to what you would need to make waffles. This goes for so many things that people will say they're making something, they're cooking something, they're baking something, anything like that. And all
And
they're
it's already
doing is
already.
taking a pre-packaged
Yeah,
item,
I get
adding
that,
some
I get
water,
that.
adding some oil, adding some milk, adding some butter, mixing it all together.
That's actually true because mashed potatoes, I really love those. I love them so much. But in the US, it's the pre version that I'm using. When I came to Europe, I was using the pre version as well. However, it dawned on me to do it with the natural potatoes, and it was actually so much better with the natural potatoes. So yeah, the pre-cooked type package, yeah, I do get it. I do get it. Honestly, I get it.
And then cooking it, baking it, making it into a meal, and then they think that's them actually creating something. Hello from Editing Chicken Haley. What I wanted to insert here was that this creates a mindset that the idea of a meal for an individual, a family, a community, a society is not something that is important, sacred, or traditional, which in my opinion is very detrimental because so many people are cutting corners in how they consume food and the type of food they consume in order to have more time in their life for something like work or being able to socialize. And in reality, I just think that a meal is something that is so important for every individual out there in every society and community as a whole. So back to the video. And this sounds like such a luxury, elitist, first world problem, and it very much so is. But when I am comparing how Germans are and how United States citizens are, I'm trying to understand where the deficit lies for people in the United States regarding, cooking a meal. And I think it's just a relearning or re-education process for a lot of people. If you've been in a family where no one has cooked every meal for you, or no one has provided you with the tools to be able to cook decent meals for yourself with natural ingredients and showing you and teaching you the importance of eating a healthy meal in your day-to-day life, then you're probably not going to be able to teach that to someone else. And so, like I said, when you have factors like prices being extremely high or having to work your life away, a lot of times your mindset is focused on convenience. And I totally understand that, but for me it's something that doesn't really irk my nerves. I just wish that so many people would not get caught in this horrible cycle here in the United States. The last thing that I'm going to be talking about regarding food here in the United States is the lack of particular fresh ingredients, which is very interesting because in Germany I complain all the time that there are certain fruits, vegetables, or spices that I can't find very easily in Germany, and I still stand 10 toes down on this opinion. I will 100% fight you guys that there are some things that you cannot find very easily in Germany. But when it comes to fresh spices, fresh herbs, fresh
10 times harder.
Certain things, the variety in the United States is actually technically limited in my opinion. And I never really noticed this in the United States because when you go into a grocery store, you see a vast horizon of fruits, vegetables, and everything in between. But when you actually go to look for particular things, you usually cannot find them. You will find the very basic ingredients of what you need. Apples, we have a bunch. Oranges, we have a bunch. This is very specific to Florida. But when I was looking for actual fresh mint, coriander, I'm trying to think, thymian, petersilie, all of these things, Schnittlauch. This was
crazy because mint is supposed to be so common. Mint is a very common thing. So to not have that is like a little bit bizarre.
So hard to find, and this is like the basic stuff you need in a kitchen in my opinion, and it was just not there to be found, or if it was to be found, it was very expensive. Y'all, my Kräutermischung, my Schnittlauch-Mischung that I buy in Germany is probably 59 cents with the Ja brand or something like that. I went to go buy a little frozen refrigerated thing of chives that was literally this big. You know how much it was? $5.50 for some Kräuter, for some Italienische Kräuter. Have you guys lost your damn minds? I just find it very interesting.
It's probably
when it comes to fresh ingredients, even something as simple as herbs and seasoning in the United States, there's not that much variety. It's also limited.
It's also probably the import too, because I think importation has a lot to do with this. Like Europe, we got all this together. Like as much as the US is one big beautiful place to be in, there are certain things that are imported into the US and those things are coming from Europe. And as much as it seems like the US is close to Europe, it's really not, because if a flight takes like 11 hours just to get to Europe, it's not close at all. So the truth is, importation is one thing that could cause that, and then the cost goes extremely high. Because I remember I purchased some stuff from Amazon, from the United States Amazon, and it was under 50, and when tax and importation fees and everything got added, it went over $100, so double the cost, right? Initially, right? So I had to pay more than what it actually cost for the shipping and importation fees. So I think those things actually add up and make things a lot more expensive.
You know, you have 50,000 packages of chips to choose from, but you're only offering me one thing of Schnittlauch, like base Schnittlauch, and then it costs an arm and a leg to get. I'm just struggling right now. I'm trying to find a schedule, not a schedule, but create the best possible Excel spreadsheet for myself regarding food and how to save money and how to optimize my meals to where they aren't so expensive, but they are still, you know, fresh in some capacity. And I'm getting better. I'm trying my best to not let fast food take over my life either. I love fast food sometimes, but I realize that when I eat it, I don't feel full, or I just feel crappy, and so I'm trying my best to do better. And it's very hard though in the United States. So that's what I'm struggling with right now the most. I feel like in my personal life, that's actually taking brain power and capacity away from me. And yeah, it's hard. I'm complaining about food though, you guys. And like I said, it's a very first world problem, but in the United States, it's not a first world problem, because in Germany, you know, you guys complain like, oh my gosh, my natural potatoes are so expensive, and oh, they went up 80 cents. But here in the United States, it's like, oh yeah, my potatoes are now $8 for the bag that I usually buy, and it's not even, you know, 5 pounds. Nothing is affordable. Food is not affordable. And